There's a fundamental difference between knowing where you are and not knowing where you are. And so when you're where you don't know what to do, you act like a prey animal. My observation has been that in my clinical practice is that people just have a hell of a time if they don't slot in somewhere, you know. You think, I got to go to work at 9 in the morning and I've got this rigid schedule. It's like, it's probably a good idea to be grateful for that, because what I've noticed is that if people pull out from those externally scaffolded systems, they drift. They get depressed, they get anxious, they don't know what to do with themselves. They're kind of like sled dogs with no sled. And we're kind of like sled dogs as far as I can tell, beasts of burden. Like, we need a load, man. We need a load. If you're aiming at something worthwhile, and you really believe it's worthwhile, and you've thought it through, so that you're not weak, you've got your damn arguments mustered, then when you make progress, even a little bit, you think, hey, that's all right, and you get a little kick, you get a little dopamine kick, and that's what you want, because that's where your positive emotion comes from. If you lift up your eyes above the temporal into the transcendent, and so that's what exists in the heavenly world, in the stars. If you pick an ultimate goal, if you pick the right ultimate goal, and anyone can do this, that's the other thing, it's democratic, it's anyone can do this, so that's the second proposition. It doesn't matter who you are, you can do this. And so I think that's a reflection of the idea of the divinity of the individual. It's like there's something about each individual that's valuable regardless of their idiosyncrasies, and so they have this potential that they can manifest. And how do you manifest it? Well, you pick the right goal. And what's the right goal? Well, it's high, it's elevated, it's above the mundane. Why don't you aim at being whatever you could be that would be the best? Now, you don't know what that is exactly, because how do you know? But you could think, well, that would be really good if I could have it. And then you could say, well, can I think of anything better than that? And if the answer is no, then, well, why not go for that? And you should be aiming at something that's realistic, that you want, that you could get, like not easily, because if it's easy, in some sense you've already got it. It's got to push you. Things are what they are and their opposite at the same time. And that makes it very, very difficult. That's why a dragon hoards gold. It's like, what's up with that? Well, it'll eat you. And it will. But it has gold. Well, so what do you do about that? Because it's paradoxical demands. Well, what you want to do is face the dragon and get the damn gold. That's what you want to do. If you follow this path, you pick a high goal and you put your heart in it, you commit to it, believe in it. Believe means to love. Believe and be loved is the same thing. It means to act out. And that's what the belief means. Like, we think belief means to accept a set of propositions as true. Well, that is one form of belief, but that's more like factual knowledge, right? Belief is more like you decide that you're going to act something out. You make a decision and then you act it out, and that's a reflection of your belief. It's you're staking yourself on something. Do you know? Well, no, because you can't. You can't know. You're bounded by ignorance. You can make your best guess and move forward. And you can do that with commitment.